Media outlets are reporting 25,000 people at the Bronx last night. That's a Republican in the Bronx? Wait a minute. The smart kids said Latin and black voters don't like Republicans. Wait a minute. The smart kids said that Donald Trump wasn't welcome in the Bronx. He's a racist. He's a racist. Well, Christian Russell from our team was there with camera in hand, and he asked a bunch of rally goers why the media continues to call President Trump a racist. Here's a little montage of what they had to say.
Why do you think they try so hard to label Trump as a white supremacist and his supporters racists?
Because, you know, if you say something again and again and again and again, that's it. People just believe it. You know, some people actually believe TV. They say, well, I saw it on TV, and that makes it real without having facts. You know what I mean?
He's not white supremacy. He's a good guy.
That's ridiculous. He's the least racist person in the world.
Because it's the same thing that the Marxists and the communists did. It was in their playbook. It was like, you call someone a racist enough times, you'll shut them down. But the truth is that word has literally no value anymore because they say it all the time. Anything could be racist. Anything could be this. It could be that. So nothing has any meaning. Everything is all everyone's own opinion. There is no real truth anymore. It's my truth, right? But there is an absolute truth. And the absolute truth is most of the stuff that's being told to us is nonsense in the mainstream media. Not you guys, but the mainstream media.
They're not. My mother's from Puerto Rico. I'm Spanish. So to me, he's not. Everyone has this idea that he's a racist or that we're racist. We're not. We're supporters, and he has supporters of all diversities. He has the Spanish backing him up, and he has the African American.
Those are all the white people that Trump bust in for the rally last night. I heard that from AOC. Oh, he just bust in a bunch of white people. No, actually, he did not. Actually, organically, a whole bunch of people of color, people, white people, black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, people from all walks of life, from all ages. And I watched all the videos that Christian made along with Will last night from Salem News Channel. I mean, these guys did a great job out there. Will said there aren't people being there. Christian said there weren't people being bussed in. These are people from the Bronx. These are New Yorkers. These are people who wanted to see President Trump because President Trump said, you know what? I'm going to go visit the Bronx. The idea of the act of going to the Bronx is astounding. George W. Bush didn't try that. George H.W. Bush didn't try that. Here's Trump's message last night, talking to the black people in the crowd, talking to the Hispanics in the crowd, talking to the white people in the crowd, talking to people from all walks of life, thousands strong, who showed up in the Bronx, of all places, to see the 45th president of the United States. Compare Trump's message to Biden's.
Look, we had the greatest economy in history. Everybody here, where you have a small business or if you had a job, you were getting more than you ever made. And we had no inflation. We had no 1.4%, considered none, considered better than none, because frankly, none in its own way is a bad thing also. We had a perfect number, 1.4%. It doesn't matter whether you're black or brown or white or whatever the hell color you are, it doesn't matter. We are all Americans, and we're going to pull together as Americans.
Now, it's no secret, it's not a mystery that Republicans want your vote, and certainly Democrats want your vote too. I got to believe the governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, wants votes, right? Here's how she addresses her constituents. Because last time I checked, Kathy Hochul is supposed to be the governor of New York. Boy, governors in that state have a real propensity for not being very inclusive. I remember years ago when Andrew Cuomo was quoted as saying, if you're pro-life, you're not welcome in New York. If you have conservative values, you're not welcome in New York. He actually said that. You can look it up. But we don't have to go that far back. Look at this week. Listen to how Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, describes the thousands of men, women, children, white people, black people, Hispanics, Asians. Keep in mind, Kathy Hochul wants your vote if you're in the Bronx. And here's what she thinks of people who went to the rally.
Well, I'll tell you, it won't make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. New York will never, ever support Donald Trump for president. We know him better than anyone, and that means we understand what he's all about is just for himself. So this state will go solidly behind Joe Biden for president, as it has in the past. So he wants to spend his time doing these made-up fake rallies and pretending their support here. Be my guest, because while you're doing that, Donald Trump, Joe Biden's out there on the other side, making sure he's delivering for all Americans. And so go ahead, spend all your time you want in New York, because we'll be with Joe Biden, and Joe Biden's out there winning over the rest of the battleground states.
America is laughing at Kathy Hochul. The whole country is laughing at that pitiful excuse of a governor who, on the one hand, will say, hey, we want your vote. On the other hand, you showed up to support Donald Trump. You're a clown. You're a clown. See, I've said it over and over again. They don't hate Trump. They hate the millions and millions of us who simply want a better America. We want a president who's going to reverse the policies of the disastrous last 4 years. That's what we want. Our Christian Russell went to the Trump rally last night in the Bronx. Check out, we were talking a little bit about the contrast between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. And I mentioned how people, whether the Trump haters get it or not, they love this guy. They love Trump. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, doesn't matter. People from all walks of life. They recognize he's not perfect. He's not. He's flawed like all of us. But he's the answer to getting this country back. He's the solution to record unemployment. He's the answer that America needs. Listen to Christian talking to people and finding out how they feel about Joe Biden and what he's done to America with his disastrous policies over the last 3.5 years.
How do you feel about Joe Biden?
Oh my God, don't even ask.
It's a Christian news network, so I'm going to bleep myself, but bleep Joe Biden. Trash, big trash, always trying to pander.
That the Democrat Party is an evil party. They don't believe in God. They want to destroy the family. They trash the Constitution. They oppose all major civil laws. They are against the Second Amendment, and they are all protected by guns. They are against the police, and when they are in trouble, they are the first one to call the police.
I mean, is Joe Biden even alive? Like, I think he's a puppet, bro.
Biden is not awake. All right, Biden's asleep. And I don't even think Biden's pulling the strings, to be honest. He doesn't write his tweets. He doesn't write his policies. He doesn't write any of the stuff you see promoting the speeches or any of that. Someone is hand-feeding these guys, and these people are beholden to a select group of individuals, whether they be special interest groups or certain PACs that have a vested interest in changing the direction of our country. Joe Biden's one of those guys, but it's worse because he's compromised by countries like Ukraine and China and possibly even Russia at this point. So I think it's time to get this guy out of the White House. I'm sick and tired of paying $60 to fill up my Chevy Malibu. I want to pay $25 again. So Donald Trump, come back. And I'm pretty sure everyone out here, you hear everyone saying USA, we want you back.
You know, you got Joe Biden here going wild. You know, we have the Gaza war, everything going on with Israel right now. You know, we got the Ukraine war happening. It's just a mess, man. The economy is at an all-time low. It's just pitiful. Brandon is just pitiful.
You know, he's just an utter failure. You know, he just makes us look bad around the whole world. And when you have weak leadership in America, it affects the whole world. When Trump was in office, he was perceived as someone strong. And our enemies, or adversaries, they step back. Like, maybe we better not invade Ukraine, or maybe we better not invade Taiwan or Israel, because we don't know what Trump's going to do. You know, and we need that. We need someone strong in America, a strong president in America, and that's going to keep the whole world safe.
Joe Biden is white supremacy. His style, he's always falling. Ba, 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 ba. I'll slap him with a chicken wing. God bless to everyone.
There you go. Those are some of the people. And incidentally, shout out to Christian Russell, our video producer, because he did a great job last night at the Trump rally.